My people, welcome to Excellent TV. We don't come again with another update. Right now, I want to talk about some of the trending things when they go on for the country. As you all know, today when we say the youth enter streets since yesterday with VDM, they protest, say Tinubu must go. Say Tinubu, they don't want him again for seat. For this video, now go also watch the way women take come out, they protest on top river.
Hundreds of women from communities in Nigeria's oil-rich Niger Delta region have blocked the Gberamatu River in Delta State, intensifying protests over an electoral boundary dispute in the Warri Federal Constituency. The protesters, drawn from Ijaw communities across the constituency, are demanding the implementation of a ward and polling unit delineation report prepared by Nigeria's Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). The river blockade comes a day after protesting women and youth shut down 13 oil flow stations in Delta State, disrupting crude oil production in one of Nigeria's key petroleum-producing areas. The demonstrators argued that the delineation report should be implemented in line with legal and electoral processes, while insisting their protests remain peaceful.
You can see the population. You can see now, see people. These people are people that fear. We are people that fear. No! We are on top of water like this, life and direct. See, you know the sea. On top of water. Now we tell so. We are the really owner of this Gberamatu kingdom, ending to ending. If you get any part of this, if you get anywhere, part of Gberamatu, come and show yourself. Come and claim your land. Come and claim your houses. Come and claim your father's property. We are here waiting, no? All our message to INEC, please. We are tired of suffering. Intimidation to us, we are tired of it. Enough should be enough. They should leave us alone.
The latest developments have raised concerns about potential impacts on oil production and regional stability if the dispute remains unresolved. Authorities have not yet announced any new measures in response to the ongoing protests. Gberamatu Voice will continue to monitor developments and provide updates as they emerge.
We are talking about the need for us to have border walls, if you like, to fence the territorial borders in Nigeria. Well, somebody jokingly asked, if you are saying that we have to put fence around the borders of Nigeria, which of the blocks are we going to use? Are we going to use the 6 inches blocks now or the 5 inches blocks and all that? Well, it may sound funny, but experts have the opinion that maybe that would be the last thing that we need to do, so that all these nuances and continuous stories of insecurity here and there in the country will just stop. Well, to discuss this with us this morning, we are so privileged to have Honorable Desmond Ubo right here with us. Honorable, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good morning, my brother.
Okay. All right. So there is a report that we had to follow. We're talking about a few days ago, whereby the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, had to be in Abuja in a security summit, to talk about the need for us to have territorial borders in Nigeria. Let's quickly take a look.
People say, no, it's impossible. Pakistan fenced 1,350-kilometer border with Afghanistan. That was the only time they had peace. Saudi Arabia and Iraq, 1,400 kilometers fenced completely. Can we start thinking of fencing our borders? We have 1,500 kilometers with Niger Republic, 1,900 kilometers with Cameroon. Chad is there. All over us, surrounded by Francophone countries, and the Sahel is heating up.
All right, thank you so much. So that's the Chief of Defense Staff there, Christopher Musa, reiterating what we're going to be talking about here today, talking about the need to have a border fence, a territorial fence around the territorial borders in the country. Now, Honorable Desmond Ubo, now, I don't know how you begin to respond to this. Let's start from there.
Thank you very much. The General, the Chief of Army Staff, has said it all. When we talk about border management, it's very key to the fight against insecurity in this country. Because one thing that is very sacrosanct is that we should realize the fact that Africa as a country, we have similarity in terms of culture and religion, even languages. Yes, Nigeria is surrounded by 4 Francophone countries. We have the Cameroon, we have the Chad, we have the Niger, we have the Benin Republic. These countries have common religion with Nigeria, especially at the border point. And when the General Christopher Musa advocate, or rather proposed, the fencing of our border, the territorial integrity of our country, is apt and talking about comparative analysis of other countries who have been faced with similar insecurity. He just mentioned Afghanistan and Pakistan. And you can recall that one can easily point to those who are insecure, those who are violent, as people from Afghanistan. And now Pakistan, we are able to construct their border. And today, they are peaceful. They have peace for it. Talking about the United Arab Emirates, or rather the Dubai, you can deduce the fact that Iraq has been known notoriously for internal squabble, and that also snowballed into a situation where one will be advised not to go to Iraq. Iraq and Kuwait were embroiled with internal crisis, and that also now affected the neighboring countries. Today, Dubai, or rather the Saudi Arabia, is known for tourist hub as far as the world is concerned. If not because of the fencing of their borders, nobody will dare go there and enjoy himself without being faced with this extremist. Now, for over 16 years, Nigeria is faced with insurgency, and different groups are rearing their ugly heads. How do we go about it? Because those in Niger, for example, they have common lineage with those in Nigeria, because they are sharing common boundary, common religion, and common languages. How do you now separate the chaff from the grains? And now Nigeria does not have a comprehensive database wherein we can easily just pinpoint those who have committed a crime at a fingertip. No. So I think it is hard time that we face our border. I know it is capital intensive, considering what the United States of America, for example, used in fencing the border with Mexico, and also talking about the Saudi Arabia and the Iraq border. Not also mention the one of Afghanistan and Pakistan. It's capital intensive. It's running into hundreds of millions of dollars.
No, what? Yeah.
Where can we get this? Now, it is high time we get our priority right. Because if we like, we constitute community policing, regional policing, or within the Nigeria's sub-region, we have enough manpower to curb the excesses of these criminal-minded persons. But what of if they are infiltrators, or those we call the double agents, those who will come assisting, pretending to be assisting Nigerian police or Nigeria military or security service to be nipping those with criminal-minded personalities in the board, at the same time feeding those who are also outside with informations. Recall that we have this alliance of Sahel states, and Sahel is falling. If Sahel now eventually falls, those that are now victims will easily fall into our country.
Anyway, before we talk about that, I think we also need to, bring up the issue of the Sahel state now that Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, with the military junta in Mali and other countries, the one they put together. Now, some are saying that that's, coming together is already arresting the issues in the Sahel region.
Don't say that. Even in Burkina Faso, though it doesn't share common boundary with Nigeria, we have a tribe called TV, just like as you can find in Nigeria. We also have Kanuri. in that country.
Yeah, all those they span into.
Okay, so they have common language, common religious identity. Nigeria is only bordered by the Republic of Benin. With about 770 kilometers.
Yeah.
We have the Niger with about 1,500 kilometers. We have the Chad with about 87 kilometers. And we also have the Cameroon, the longest of it all, 1,900 kilometers. Now, these countries that I just mentioned, they are Francophone countries. And these are countries that we are seeing that will one day snowball into the bloc, now known as Alliance of Sahel states, because of the way and manner they are going. And the common enemy, so to speak, is Nigeria. Because Nigeria appears to be the big brother among these blocks.
Yeah.
So, and if we as in Nigeria, owing to our hospitality, owing to our divergent religions and what have you, they are very quick to flow into Nigeria.
And maybe owing to our porous borders now.
Very porous. The porosity of our borders is second to none. At a time here, I spoke about the porosity of our border. It was even during the Buhari regime when the government at that point asked that people can come into Nigeria before they can obtain their passport. I visited the immigration office at Aduwawa, and I discovered that with all these aboki that are into scrap picking and the rest of them, they were asked to come and
make their passports.
And these are not originally Nigerians. And now for the past how many years now we've had a census. I participated as a numerator when the last census was conducted in this country. And I don't know if we had a database that can capture Nigeria within our country and outside the country, so that when you commit any crime, you can easily be tracked.
Now, before we continue, I know you are so loaded on this topic today, but before we continue, let us begin to itemize the issues now. I think we need to look inward now about our identity management. Because you just said a while ago that you went to Aduwawa immigration office and you saw